Welcome to the AI Queens podcast, the show where women entrepreneurs learn to ditch the overwhelm, embrace AI, and build businesses fit for royalty. I'm Erika Stanley, your host and tech expert, here to deliver tools, tips, and actionable strategies to help you scale smarter. Let's get to it. Hey, Queens, and welcome back to the AI Queens podcast. I'm Erika Stanley, and today we are turning your boring meeting notes into business gold. If you've ever finished a client call and thought, oh, I wish I had written that down, or that was such a good conversation, this episode is for you. We're covering 6 creative ways that you can use an AI meeting assistant for sales strategy, content creation, and course development, plus the ethics that you actually need to know. Let's dive in. All right, to start, I want to give you a peek into how I use this in my own business because I'm not just throwing out theoretical ideas here. I live and breathe this stuff, obviously. So I use 2 main tools. My primary meeting assistant is Fathom, which is free with Zoom. It automatically transcribes every single one of my client calls and meetings. Then, for specific calls where I know there's going to be an action item, I also use Fixer AI, which is a paid tool, and I've talked about that before. I'll put the link to that in the show notes. But here's my actual workflow for this. After every one of those calls, Fathom gives me a full transcript. If it's a strategy call or a project kickoff, I also have Fixer running, which gives me a bullet point summary at the end and action items assigned to each person on the call. And then here's where that fits into my workflow and where it gets really interesting. I am then able to paste those action items directly into Trello. Trello is my project management system that I use with my team. And I try to keep my project management super, super slim, but this system has been really helpful. And what this does, when I'm pasting in those bullet points, they become individual task cards automatically. No extra formatting, and I'm not losing any context. It's totally seamless. Or if you're familiar with Trello, on an individual card, if you paste those in as a checklist, those bullet points come in as individual items on the checklist. It's the coolest thing. So that's my Fixer to project management solution. But that's more on the operations project management side of things, which is a little less exciting. The real magic happens when I start mining these transcripts for insights. In the past, I have done everything from uploading transcripts of sales calls that converted and sales calls that didn't into ChatGPT and asked for feedback. What could I have said differently? Where did I lose the sale? What actually worked? And what can I do next time when another client brings up those same hesitations? That type of self coaching is honestly priceless. When I have a really good conversation, especially about AI or branding, I'm able to drop that transcript into ChatGPT and mine it for quote-worthy content. Some of my best LinkedIn posts are coming straight from these unscripted conversations that I'm having with clients and colleagues. And they're all from my brain, which I feel super good about. So that's my setup. Now, let me show you how you can get creative with yours. You don't need a massive team or some complex system to make this work. Here are 6 ways you can use your meeting transcripts that go beyond just taking notes. Number 1, build FAQs that actually answer what people are asking. So here's how you can do this step by step. Go into Fathom or Fixer or Google Meet or Zoom AI or Otter, like whatever you're using to record your meetings. Upload that transcript into ChatGPT or Claude and ask it to pull out the hesitations, objections, or questions from those discovery calls and those sales calls. Then what you can do is turn those into website FAQs. You can also use those as a pre-call prep document or as an email. So you're preparing your new clients by answering their questions before they even ask them. You can also use this for content on social media where you're using those little nuggets to address these objections and hesitations with people who might be thinking of working with you. So here's a prompt you can use once you pop in the transcript. What questions or hesitations came up in this call? Write 5 to 7 FAQs with clear, confident answers. This is gold because you're literally using your clients and your future clients' language to create content that speaks directly to the people you want to attract and that you want to work with. Number 2, clone your voice For on brand content. This one is perfect for people who don't feel like they're writers. So, if you don't have a bunch of blog posts or emails to analyze for your writing tone, but you have done podcasts or you've got call recordings, you can upload those to AI and have it analyze to get your authentic voice. Upload a few transcripts and ask ChatGPT to analyze your tone, your phrasing, your emotional cadence. And then you can create a voice guide that you can use yourself or give to a VA so that your social posts actually sound like you instead of like a robot or instead of like your competitors. When I was first starting out with AI, this is one of the things that I did to make sure that my writing style and my spoken style were a good match and that I was merging those two into something that was uniquely mine. Number three, making sure that your proposals are totally on point before you send them. For this tip, you are going to take transcripts from your pre sale conversations and use them to highlight their goals, their deal breakers, any energy shifts that you've noticed. Make sure that your proposal mirrors their words back to them. And here's a bonus, ask ChatGPT or Claude to help you read between the lines. What wasn't said but might matter to them? What might be a deal breaker between picking you or picking someone else? Sometimes your AI might be able to pick up on patterns that we miss in the moment. Number four, turn deep dive calls into mini courses. So, you know those long client sessions where you have explained your whole framework and gone into details with them? Don't let it just sit there on your Google Drive or in Fathom forever. You can take that transcript and ask AI to break it into lessons, outline a three-part workshop, or identify some repeatable frameworks. This is how you go from service based to productized without creating another generic course template that's just going to sit and get dusty on your hard drive. Number five, build a branded quote bank for social media. Another way you can use transcripts is to pull out insightful sound bites. This will be great for Instagram quote posts or little nuggets that you can put into threads, or if you're on Substack, these could go into notes. I actually use my Apple Notes app for this. I have a constantly growing bank of gold nuggets from all my conversations. Pro tip, you can also tag them by vibe and organize them. So some are going to be hot takes, some are going to be mindset shifts, tactical advice. You'll thank me later when you need content and you've got this organized library to just pull from when you need a easy social media post. And finally, number six, this one's a bonus and a little more advanced. Your AI can help you spot signature ideas across multiple calls. What I want you to do here is upload 3 to 5 transcripts and ask, what themes, ideas, or beliefs do I repeat? Are there any frameworks that I'm building without even realizing it? This can be how you identify your differentiators, your unique points of view, what makes you different, right? Like what makes you stand out from all the other people out there that are offering a similar service or product. Why would somebody pick you instead of everyone else that does something similar, right? So you're not just using AI to make content here, you're building a body of work and what makes you unique as a thought leader. Before we get carried away with all this AI magic, let's talk about how to do this ethically. All right, let's not be creepy about this. Here is what you need to keep in mind. First, consent is not a license to use everything. Just because Zoom says, quote, this meeting is being recorded, doesn't mean that you're free to just feed someone's words into AI and post the results to Instagram. You need to let your guest or client know if you're going to analyze their transcript for internal use. And never use a transcript publicly unless you've got their explicit permission to do so or it's been fully anonymized. Here's where this gets a little tricky. You might think, well, I'll just ask AI to remove the identifying information. But that feels icky and counterintuitive, right? Like you're using AI to remove details to just feed it right back into AI. Here's a better approach. And for those of you that are creating custom GPTs, this is a really cool way that you can do this. You can create a custom GPT that is not connected to web search, that doesn't train the model. So it's got this little wall around it, and everything you put into it stays just in there, as long as you have the toggle off so you're not training the model. And then with that custom GPT that's got all the extras turned off, you can scan the transcript and remove any identifying information. You can tell it to remove names, business details, specific references. You can have it remove any parts of the conversation that feel personal. Like if you start off, like a lot of my client calls, just catching up. Hey, I remember your wife was feeling a little under the weather last week. How did that go? It can remove that because it's not relevant to the business conversation and it's not going to help you with any of the things that you want it to do, right? So you can then take that cleaned up transcript and feel okay about putting back into ChatGPT in a more open window where you do have it connected to the internet and you have access to all of your other custom GPTs. Second, you're going to want to turn off model training. In ChatGPT, you could go into your settings, click on data controls, and then turn off your chat history or training. This keeps your conversations private and out of OpenAI's training data. And here's something that's also cool to remember. Claude, made by Anthropic, doesn't use your conversations to train their models by default. It already has that toggle turned off. So if you're handling sensitive client information, Claude might be the safer choice. Finally, and this is something that I'm going to do personally this week, you can write a disclaimer that doesn't sound weird and add this to your automated calendar reminder that goes out with the Zoom link before a call. So just add a little note to the bottom of that automated email that says, this call is being recorded and I may review the transcript using AI to help me take better notes or improve my proposals. Nothing gets shared publicly without your permission. It's really that simple. You don't have to overthink it, but also don't ignore it either. So here's what I want you to do. If you're not already recording your calls, start this week. Whether it's Fathom, Otter, or whatever tool you prefer, just start capturing these conversations. Then pick one of the 6 techniques I shared today and try it out. Start small, maybe pull some FAQs from a recent discovery call or mine a client session for some quote-worthy content. And if you want the exact prompts that I use for all of this, I've created a prompt pack called Your Meeting Notes Are a Goldmine. It's inside the AI Queens Society on Substack at aiqueensociety.com. You'll get the prompts for sales analysis, content mining, proposal prep, and brand building, plus all of the ethics prompts so you can do this responsibly. The AI Queen Society is where I share all my best AI strategies, prompts, and frameworks. It's designed for women entrepreneurs who want to use AI strategically, not just randomly. If this episode gave you some ideas, I'd love to hear about it. Send me a voice memo or tag me on social media at Mile End Digital or at AI Queens Podcast and tell me how you're planning to use your transcripts. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe and share it with another entrepreneur who needs to hear this. Remember, every conversation you have is potential content, potential insights, and potential gold. You just need to know how to mine it. Until next time, keep reigning with AI.
Thanks for listening to the AI Queens podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow queen who needs to hear this. Want more tips and tools? Join the AI Queens Society at aiqueensociety.com and start ruling your business with confidence today. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep reigning with AI.